Today on Money Saving Meals, I've got rainy day meals that won't wash out your budget. First up, a lunchtime favorite for breakfast, my peanut butter and jelly pancakes. That's only 50 cents a serving. I'll also make a classic rainy day lunch at a price that's right, grilled cheese and tomato soup. That's a savings right there, 62%. And my chicken pot pies will warm the soul without putting a dent in your wallet. I've also got a terrific round 2 recipe for one of my favorite Italian comfort foods, chicken cacciatore. The forecast calls for heavy rain and big savings right now on Money Saving Meals. When I was a kid, I spent a lot of time in the kitchen with my grandma Lorraine and my sister Cindy. And whenever it wasn't nice outside, there were these recipes we would love to make, and I want to share some of those with you today. First up, it's my peanut butter and jelly pancakes, and it starts off with a very, very creative syrup. In this pot right here, simmering away, is just grape jelly. When it heats up, it gets really, really thin and runny, so I want to thicken it up because that is going to be my syrup. First up, 2 tablespoons of water go in here and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's your thickener. You wouldn't want to use flour in this one. Now, I'm just going to whiz this together. And then as you come in here, I want you to stir as you pour. And you can already see that start to thicken up. That's all you do. It's amazing. Now, while that simmers away, I want to show you a great pancake recipe. This is also super simple to do, and it starts off with 3/4 of a cup of creamy peanut butter and 1.5 cups of milk. And I want you to make sure that you heat the milk up so that when you put the peanut butter in, it dissolves quickly. That, by the way, is the liquid that goes into your pancake mixture. Turn your heat off. In fact, I'm going to turn this off too. Look, it's already thickening up. Very nice, very fast. Now into a bowl, I need a little bit of baking mix. This is 2.5 cups going in here. And remember, my baking mix recipe is available at foodnetwork.com, so check that out. But basically it's flour, it's baking powder, it's a little bit of shortening cut in, and some salt. That's it. And by the way, can I tell you, a box pancake mix would cost you $1.30 for this amount. Mine, 75 cents. So that's a 55-cent savings, 42% right there. 2 eggs go in here next. And then your peanut butter and milk mixture. And there we go. And by the way, you don't want this too hot. That's why I took it off the burner, because it would scramble the eggs if it was. Now, a little non-stick cooking spray on my griddle. And I'm going to use 1/4 cup so that all my pancakes are even. Three pretty pancakes in a row. Now, while those bubble up, which will take a minute, I want to show you this amazing syrup, my grape syrup. And if you are a fan of blueberry syrup or any kind of flavored syrup, this will rival it any day of the week. And can I tell you, I'll bet you already have all those ingredients in your pantry. Look at that. Very easy to make your own syrup, don't you think? These pancakes are ready to go. And you can see that they're beautiful, cakey pancakes. Those are beautiful little cakes. Look at that. 3 in a row. These are going to be perfect for an incredible breakfast. You know what? I have never made this recipe for my nephew, Brycer. I think that this is going to be a new Aunt Sandy favorite when he comes over. Now, my pancakes are ready to go. So we'll do a stack here. Look how beautiful. These are divine. You will love them, I promise. And if you were to compare these to those microwavable pancakes, not even close in flavor, but those are $2.79. Sandy pancakes, $1.56. That's a savings of $1.23 or 44%. And even when you add my beautiful grape syrup to this, watch this. It's a beautiful thing. Now, even with my syrup, my peanut butter and jelly pancakes, total cost $2.24. It serves 4. That's only 56 cents a serving. Now, coming up next, a classic lunchtime pairing at a cost that will make you do a double take: grilled cheese and tomato soup. Welcome back, I'm Sandra Lee, and today I am making some inexpensive rainy day favorites that my family has always loved. I've already turned a classic lunchtime treat into a great breakfast with my peanut butter and jelly pancakes. And now for another rainy day classic: grilled cheese and tomato soup. Here is how easy it is to do. Now, in my pan here, I have just half an onion and 3 stalks of celery, just sauteing up in about a tablespoon of canola oil. Now, to this, I want to add just a couple things. First of all, 2 teaspoons of crushed garlic, then a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and then finally 2 cans of vegetable broth. While this simmers away, I'm gonna get going on my grilled cheese sandwiches. Start off by buttering 8 slices of bread. And by the way, I'm using whole wheat bread here. You could use white bread, you could use anything you want. These go onto the griddle, butter side down, just like that, and another 2 over here. Now, I want you to remember that whenever you cook this way, that the heat is always underneath the burners, not in the center. There's no burner here, right? So make sure that you put your food on opposite ends. Now, first I'm going to use American cheese because it melts easily and it's inexpensive. And then I'm also using cheddar cheese because it's my favorite and because it's full of flavor. And I have pre-shredded this myself. I find it much easier to melt that way, but also I want you to check out this price. Deli cheddar cheese, deli section of the grocery store. Sliced cheddar, $6.99 a pound. In the dairy section, the black cheddar cheese is $3.99 a pound. If you shred it yourself, you're going to save $3. That's 43%. I'll come shred it for you. A nice generous 2 tablespoons of cheddar on each one. There we go. And then you're gonna sandwich that cheddar cheese in with another slice of American. Now we're gonna top this off with our other slice of bread. And there we go. And I have to tell you, I think they're ready to go already. So very carefully take this, flip it over, lay it down. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, while the other side cooks up, I want to show you the rest of my tomato soup recipe. Look at that simmering away. That looks like a beautiful dish for a rainy day, and it is. And I'm going to reserve 2 cups of this for my round 2 recipe. You know me, it's all about making the most out of your ingredients. So this is for my chicken cacciatore. That's coming up just a little bit later in the show. Set that aside. All right, now we have to have a little talk about hot things going into a blender, because I can tell you from experience, you don't want to fill this up past halfway for sure. So be very careful with this, because what happens is the soup expands and it'll blow the top right off your little blender there. So be careful with this. This is not the kid thing to do. When you put your lid on, I also want you, just for good measure, to take your kitchen towel and cover the top. Pour it in here. That is brilliant. Now, soup's on and my grilled cheese is done. Oh, they stuck together a little bit. Crunchy cheese dripping out on the griddle. Pretty fabulous. Look at this. They are hot, 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 but they are also fabulous. Beautiful. Now, that with a bowl of soup is going to be the perfect little rainy day afternoon lunch, or even a dinner. And my tomato soup and grilled cheese, the total cost, $7.52. It serves 4 people. So that's $1.88 per serving. Now that is extraordinary.